What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, I'm seeing the brother Jeezy going through it. Jeezy was one of my favorite rappers back during that 2007, 2008, 06 run. Jeezy was one of my favorite rappers, and I still find his music still dope to this day. When I hear him doing that Tiny Desk, even though the fanfare at the Tiny Desk was so whack, his fanfare was terrible. They didn't even know the songs. It was young kids who didn't grow up listening to Jeezy. They would have had your boy in there. I would have been rapping word for word with Jeezy. I told him, straight drop this and ziplock that. Anyway, the snowman has found shit has gotten real cold in that brother's life. You know, well, his marriage is dissolving. His marriage to Jeannie. Jeannie is Asian. I don't know if she's Japanese, Chinese. I'm not sure. I should have researched that, but she's an Asian woman. They got married. They had a baby. And now they're splitting up. And since the split has occurred, stuff has gotten ugly. We're hearing stuff about Jeezy being a domestic abuser. Jeannie says she don't feel safe with her baby with Jeezy because he has guns around the house, all this, so on and so forth. You know, Jeezy says, hey, she's lying on me. She's trying to make me look bad. I'm paraphrasing, but these are some of the things that Jeezy is saying. It's similar to what he's saying, right? Like, you know, there's these lies on my character. I don't like it. He's tried to gain custody of the baby. I'm stuttering and stuff. Forgive me, y'all. He's tried to gain custody of the baby and all of that. And it's gotten crazy. And I'm like, damn, man. That's why that brother was smiling and knee alone face. Like, listen, baby, come on over here with me. I know Ime Udoka did you wrong. Come over here with the snowman. You hear me? But anyway, no, man. I look at this. And all I could think back to is where I believe there are problems that started happening once the baby came into the world. Because before the baby, they was all in bliss. They was happy. They was all in perfect love at the wedding. Jeezy was with her mama, Jeannie Mai's mama, in videos. And Jeannie Mai's mama was being funny and laughing, listening to all the hip-hop music and all of that, right? But when that baby came, I believe a shift occurred. First of all, and I talked about this in a video before. When babies come, man, stuff gets real in relationships or marriages or whatever. Because roles have to be specified. You got to say, hey, man, I need help. If one parent is doing more than the other, they're not getting help, they're not getting alleviated in certain areas, they're going to get frustrated. It's going to be voiced. But I don't think it came from the lack of alleviation. You see, this is what people have to be aware of when you date interracially. And listen, I tell brothers they can date whoever they want to date. I got to be with a black woman, but you can date whoever you want to date. Y'all can be with whoever you want to be with. But when you date interracially, there are going to be cultural differences that y'all are going to butt heads on if you don't discuss that going forward. I believe the cultural differences led to the rift. What do I mean by that? Black folks, culturally, we do stuff a certain way. We do stuff a certain way. We think a certain way. We're not all monolithic. But as a culture, culturally, our people, we go about certain things certain ways, especially when it comes to children. Asian people, they go about things differently when it comes to children. In Asian cultures, when a baby arrives, oh, that mama, the grandparent, the mama moving in there. Your woman's mother, she gonna move up in there with y'all. She moving in that house. She gonna be around 24/7. And really, a lot of times, because I've heard this from, you know, my friend who's dating a woman in Asian culture, the grandparents be taking over with the baby. Taking over with the baby like the baby theirs. And, you know, in their culture, a lot of times it be like accepted. Black cultures, bruh, ain't nobody moving into your spot. We ain't really, that's not a thing for us. Unless Big Mama's sick, she don't got nobody to help her. She don't have nobody to look after her, then she moving in the house with us. But your grandmama and them, your mama and them not moving in. They can come over and help with the baby, but they not moving in. Right? I believe Jeannie Mai's mama moved in. This is what I think. I don't know these things. This is what I think. This is all speculation, right? Also, man, in Asian cultures, like, the women be running their households. A lot of Asian women spicy as hell. Like, the men be, I'm sorry, I don't want to be, it's a bad generalization. But I see in a lot of Asian cultures, the man be getting told what to do. The woman run all of that shit. He get bossed around a lot of times at home. Yeah, he go out into the world and be a breadwinner. He bring home all the paper. He make sure the bacon is at the house. But the woman get the final say-so in everything. In black culture, Hell, I mean, I'm not saying that it's black men that allow that too. But in black culture, especially when you've been raised amongst another black man or other positive male figures, the black man, the man he be making a decision. Now again, it's teamwork with the woman. It's teamwork together. But she ain't running you. She ain't making all the decisions by herself. It ain't what she say go like that. You know what I mean? I think they possibly butted heads on that. Because I remember Jeannie saying that Jeezy would try to coach her through her temper at times, right? Sweet smiling Jeannie, you know, coaching her through her temper. And yeah, man, black culture, we ain't, no. I also believe like, and it's like cultural differences exist. I want people to understand this too. So brothers, you know, you can fall in love with a woman. You can think she's fine as wine. Y'all got to have that conversation about cultural differences. I watch enough 90 Day Fiance when people from Samoa, people get what some people of Samoan culture, they come over to the United States. They mama expect them to send money home on a regular. She don't give a fuck how many kids you got. I don't care how many baby mamas you got, how many kids you got. You better send that bread home. I don't care how many kids you got. That money better come over here. I remember the boy Asuelo on there. His mama was cussing him out. You send money to Samoa. She was going in on him. He had 2 kids with the girl. She didn't care. You better send that paper home because that's what we do in our culture. And if you're not of Samoan culture, the girl was actually Samoan or half Samoan from her father or whatever. So she was aware, but she still wasn't going for that. No, man, you keep that money here with your babies. You can help them a little bit, but no. His mama wasn't going for that. And people be having these type of things that be going on in different cultures. When you dating interracially, you have to be aware of these things, man. If not, it's going to rear its ugly head at some point, and it may lead to a point of no return. Seriously. And I believe all these things start coming out once the baby came. Because the baby, man, and listen, I remember when Jeezy used to talk about in the song Dreaming with Keisha Cole, he say, Mom smoking rocks, the same shit I'm selling. So who's wrong, her or me? Right? Now my homie tell me, you got some people, if the mama used to be a drug addict at some point, Jeezy mama been clean for years, because in that song he said something like 10 years clean and she's still my lady. I must be dreaming. How many ever years he said in the song? If he know that, you know, hey, you used to be, if the other family and Asian culture, sometimes they know you used to be a drug head, they be like, oh no. Even if you've been clean years, oh no, don't let her come over there. They be trying to guard the baby from coming over there. Possibly. It could have been a certain thing like that. They could have been like, nah, you ain't going over there with her like that. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, how do you know? How do you know? All right, shut the fuck up. I'm just making what I think. I'm telling y'all I think. This is what I think. These are how I feel. This is what I believe occurred. I'm not saying this is perfect true. Why do you care about, you need to worry about your own business? Shut the fuck up. This is my channel, is to talk about entertainment, news, and all type of stuff. So if you don't like it, get the hell on. Anyway, though, yeah, though, like, those things are real. Like, you know, if black parents, man, like, when they got your baby, they be like, okay, I know, I love my grandbaby. I got to get a baby back to their mama. The black people know, okay, I got to let the baby go over there with the other grandparent. They understanding of that. Now, they might want the baby all to themselves, but they know stuff got to happen. Hey, I got to let the baby go over there. We understand that time got to be split, all of that. We get that. But in some other cultures, if the parent used to be a drug addict even 20, 30 years ago, they might be like, oh, hell no, I ain't never going over there. Might be trying to guard the baby from the other family, right? Also, man, there are other things that, and my boy, he had made a great point about how other cultural differences exist. And it escaped my mind at this time, man. But, like, shit. And I was going to make this point, man. Damn. I forgot what I should have wrote it down when I was in the midst of giving my little rant. But yeah, man, you got different things. Like even, I remember when Kobe was dating, excuse me, I'm sorry. You know, when Kobe was alive, he married to Vanessa, right? Vanessa Bryant. And Vanessa, you know, they got this whole thing, this rift with Kobe's family, his mother and stuff, right? Kobe wife ain't giving his mama none of the money that Kobe earned and all of that. She's Hispanic. She probably like, hell no, I ain't giving them nothing. I ain't giving them nothing. A lot of folks in black culture, a black woman who was raised right, she gonna say, no, man, I may not get along with this man's family. He may not have gotten along with them, but I gotta give him something. Gotta give them something. This is boy parents. This is mama. This is daddy. They the reason he in this world. They introduced him to basketball. They're the reason he was a basketball phenom. His father was a former player who had him all around the game all the time. Black women gonna say, I might not like them like that, but I gotta give them something. Hey, your other coaches might be like, fuck them all together. Because they come from we got two different cultures, and our understanding of things are two different things, man. And people got to be aware that when you interracially dating, man, those things you might clash on that shit. You know what I mean? And when those clashes come, can you handle what comes with that? Can you handle what comes with that, man? Hey, because it can go left immediately. Hold on one second, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I had to look at something for a second. But no, man, like, yeah, you got different cultures that might agree on different religions. How the baby gonna grow up in what religion? Jeezy from the rural South. Not saying he was a religious person, but he was probably raised with his family to be Christian or whatever. She might want them to be something different, the baby to be something different. Like, for real, these things occur, man. Even, first of all, I'm gonna say this too. As a black man, I can't be with no woman who's always said her preference was white men. That's her preference. I ain't doing that. Like, you prefer white men over everything. I'm sorry. I can't do no shit like that. Some people might be like, oh, well, people have different preferences. What's wrong with the preference, even though she chose you? I don't know. Me, I'll be like, yeah. First, I mean, well, I told y'all, I'm like, a black woman is my preference over everything. But yeah, like, just the fact that he knew that she was like, she described it in that episode of, what's that show called? The Talk, The Real? What's the name of that show Jeannie Mike was on? With Lonnie Love and one of the girls from Sister. Was it Tia Tamara? Which one? Tamara, I think, on that show. And she was like, you know, a dark meat on the side, but her main course is like a white man. And of course, she was married to a white man before. But yeah, man, you got to be aware of all these things that can come in these relationships, man. Like, all of these things and yeah, again, it's cute. You fall in love with each other. You can be in love, but these conversations need to be had. Off rip. Like, you got to talk about, hey, I do this in my family. I do that in my family. Also, my boy told me in Asian cultures, man, a lot of the women, they tell their mothers every single thing. Not everything, but yeah, a lot of them do. They tell their mothers be their best friends. They tell their mama and them everything. Black folks, how we growing up, hey, we in a relationship. Don't be telling your mama everything going on in this household. That's between me and you. Your mama don't need to be knowing about everything we got going on and all the problems we got. All our problems stay in-house, because me and you can make up and your mama might hate me, right? And he like, yo, in Asian cultures, you know, a lot of times, hey, they have a problem in their relationship. They go to their parents, their mama, and their mama chime in and shit get messy and foggy, and it could have been happening like that with Jeezy. So, listen, I'm telling you, you can date who y'all want to date, but you have to be aware of what you're getting into beforehand and understand that cultural differences exist. You got to be able to see if you can handle those differences and if you can still love each other through those. Peace.